Hey everybody, it's Matt from the house, and in this video we're going to give you a little sneak peek of the Santa Cruz lineup for the 21-22 season. Pretty excited about these things, so let's check these out. All right, Santa Cruz, obviously known in the skateboard world since 1973. Definitely very noticeable Jim Phillips graphics, iconic skate graphics, and iconic artist throughout the years. And in 1989, Santa Cruz basically decided we're gonna take the skate, bring it to the snow, and they started making snowboards. And many legendary riders: Chris Roach, Mike Ranquit, John Cardiel, Brian Thien. A lot of big hitters back in the day have always rode for Santa Cruz, and I always used to remember back to some of those original Santa Cruz boards. I think it was the ASR that had the little cutouts in the tips, kind of an asymmetrical board. Definitely a iconic shape, and one that, if you're my age, you definitely remember that board. And then even some of the ones that had the wood top sheets and that had the X's in the middles for how wide they were, the X, the XX, and the triple X. Yeah, basically taking that iconic skate culture and skate graphics and bringing it to the snow just seemed like, obviously, it's the best way to go when you've got a brand like Santa Cruz. For the 21-22 season, the house is your exclusive U.S. retailer for these boards. So if you like what you see, and obviously there's way more than just these 4 boards, definitely check out the website for sure. But getting right into it, we've got a few boards. We've got the Decal II. So this board is obviously the second version of the Decal. Kind of brings a lot of those Jim Phillips, it looks like you got stickers on your boards, which is why it's called the Decal. But this one's kind of like an all mountain, go anywhere, do anything board, right from the park to the POW. Good price point board as well. It has camber in the middle, rocker in the nose and tail, so you kind of get the best of both worlds there. But kind of a mid-flexing, inexpensive, all mountain, go anywhere, do anything board. All right, next up we've got the Igor. Obviously very traditional Santa Cruz graphic on this one. This board's basically kind of like the next step up in your all mountain, go anywhere, do anything board. This one is a cam rock board, so it's camber in the middle, rocker in the nose and tail. Then we've got a little bit of rubber dampening in the sidewalls to get rid of some of that vibration. But something, kind of like a mid, maybe a little on the stiffer. I'd say maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 6. Still a mid flex, but a little on the stiffer side of that. But again, all mountain, go anywhere, do anything. You can carve a little bit faster and harder on these things. You're not going to get that vibration with that rubber dampening in there. But again, something that's going to be nice and snappy and lively in the park, but you can ride fast and carve hard on groomers. All right, and then rounding out some of the all mountain boards. This again, it's just some of them. There's a lot more to come. The Roscop II. So this is arguably one of next to the Screaming Hand, one of the most iconic graphics from the Roscop skateboards back in the day. This one's a little bit more of a higher end all mountain, go anywhere, do anything board. This one has actually got rocker to camber, so we basically get that power in the nose and tail, but you still get that tipping point where you can get that nice float when you get into some powder. A little bit more on the mid stiff side of things, but again, high end, go anywhere, do anything, board for riding the park, board for riding the powder, and riding absolutely everything in between. And then of course, if you're old head like me, especially if you've been skateboarding too, you're just gonna love the graphic on this one as well. All right, and last up for a little sneak peek, we're gonna look at the Medusa. So this one's a little bit more on the all mountain free ride side of things. We're definitely gonna get a stiffer board, something that can handle higher speeds. You're probably not gonna be riding much park on this thing, but pretty much riding everywhere else. You want that board that you can kind of ride everywhere, but you never go in the park. This is definitely a great option. So a little bit stiffer. This one is camber in the middle to rocker in the nose, so you get that power in between your feet for in and out of your turns, but you get that catch-free feel and that extra float when you get into deep snow in the nose and the tail. And this one also has their Super Speed S8000 base, so super fast base on this one. So you can go out and charge hard, dig trenches, and float around in the powder all day long. All right, so that's it for a little bit of that sneak peek. We got, again, a lot more boards coming this fall, or if you're watching it in the fall or winter, they're already here. Head over to thehouse.com and check them out. But don't forget that we got the Jordan Small Pro model and the JP Walker Pro model, which one of his first boards was actually a Santa Cruz. So kind of cool for that whole thing to come full circle for him. But awesome boards. They even go up, they've got a POW board too that's going to be pretty rad. But again, if you got any questions about these boards or any of the Santa Cruz boards that we either are gonna have or already have at thehouse.com, leave us some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. Definitely want to make sure we get you into some rad equipment. We want to make sure that it's the right equipment for you too. And yeah, like, subscribe, and definitely make sure to get that notification bell on so you can find out when all the new videos drop. And yeah, grab yourself a board or start saving for that new board and just get out and ride, because any day of riding is a good day of riding. Sneaky peeky!